Hello students, in this video of mine I am going to show you a very simple class activity for class 12 students to make their concept of DNA replication very simple. DNA replication is required because DNA is the genetic material in most of the organisms. So this genetic material has to be doubled for each cell division. Whenever the cell is undergoing cell division, from one cell two daughter cells are formed by mitosis. So every time the genetic material has to doubled. So that is done by the process of replication of DNA. So how it is taking place exactly, I am showing you by this simple activity. See here you can see this is a strip of paper, a ribbon, yellow color it is, and I have written the complementary base pairing. Wherever there is adenine, thymine is there. Wherever there is cytosine, guanine is there. And between thymine and adenine, 2 hydrogen bonds are present, and between cytosine and guanine 3 hydrogen bonds are present. Okay, so DNA is a long strand which is present in our nucleus, like we had calculated also the length of the DNA is approximately 2.2 meters. So it is packed with the histone proteins and histone octamers, and it is a long strand. So I have taken a small fragment and this is the DNA. Now this DNA has to be replicated. Now what happens? The replication cannot take place from anywhere. There is a specific place from where the replication of DNA takes place, and that specific place is called origin of replication. If you can see this small hole I have made here, this is the specific region from where the replication starts itself. So it is not from anywhere, it is not from any end, it can be from a specific region which is called origin of replication. Now what happens from this origin of replication? There is a set of enzymes are required for DNA replication. So first of all, suppose this is our helicase enzyme. So helicase enzyme will cut these bonds, hydrogen bonds, and this is our replication fork. Can you see? I have to cut it from here also, so that I can make you understand. But please remember that it is not from only one side, it is from both the sides. From the origin of replication, this side also and this side also. From both sides the replication starts. Okay, so I am cutting it like this to make you understand. So now this is our replication fork. Okay, this is called replication fork. Now this replication fork, these two strands of DNA have to be kept separate. Then only the other strand can come and join. So for that there are special single-stranded binding proteins which come and which get themselves attached to the DNA here, so that these two strands of DNA should be kept separate. Clear? So this is your replication fork and the two strands are separate. Now these two strands are called templates because this is the parent DNA, and in this parent DNA these will act as a template. So this is template, and this will remain in the new DNA, and another new strand will be synthesized. That's why the DNA replication is semi-conservative, because half of the one strand is conserved and one strand is newly synthesized. That's why it is called semi-conservative replication of DNA. Clear? So first enzyme, as I told you, for replication of DNA, a set of enzymes are required to catalyze this reaction. Now to catalyze this reaction, first of all, helicase will cut the hydrogen bonds and it will make a replication fork like this. This is called replication fork. Now the same replication fork will be here also. So from both the sides. So this replication fork, now these two strands will be separated by single-stranded binding proteins which will keep these two templates separate. Now what will happen? Another enzyme will come into play, and that is polymerase, DNA dependent DNA polymerase 3. Now this enzyme is responsible for polymerization reaction and bringing the DNA bases to as per this template and making a new strand. But before that, the DNA polymerase 3 cannot initiate the process of polymerization. For that, it requires a primer. Like when we paint our walls of our house, the painter put primer first and then the paint. Similarly, here the primer is required. Now this primer is bought. What is primer? Primer is a number of RNA bases which are bought here with the help of the enzyme primase. So enzyme primase will come and bring the primer here. Okay. Acha. Another thing that whenever the polymerase is working, DNA polymerase 3 is working, it will work only in the direction of 5 to 3 prime. It will not work 3 to 5. So it will 5 to 3. So what will happen? This is 3 to 5 prime and this is 5 to 3 prime. So this will act as a continuous template, because here the 5 to 3 strand will come new and that will be continuous. So let me show you this. See, so this will come and get itself attached here. So all these nitrogen bases, they are bought from the DNA bases are bought by the DNA polymerase, and then they will get at themselves they are not coming combined like this. They are coming separately, one by one, and one by one they keep coming here and getting attached as per the complementary base pairing. So as per the complementary base pairing, this A will get attached with the T, then this will get attached, so C will get attached with the G, then again the G will get attached with the C, and T will get attached with the A. So this way a new strand will be formed. This is newly synthesized strand of DNA. So yellow is template and this pink one is the newly synthesized one. Okay, now the one which is synthesized continuously, this is a continuous template and this is the continuous newly synthesized strand, and this is called leading strand. So this is leading strand which is formed continuously. Okay, now what will once these bases are attached to the primer, then another enzyme comes into play, and that is DNA dependent DNA polymerase 1, and that will come and remove the RNA bases of the which were put in the primer to initiate the process. So those will be removed by the DNA polymerase 1, and then lastly the enzyme ligase will come which will fix these two together, and that gluing is done by the ligase. So this is ready. One is ready. But this is going continuously and this is very fast. These enzymes are very efficient. These enzymes are very accurate. The level of accuracy is very high and these enzymes are very specific too. Okay, now what will happen in this strand which is going, this is 5 to 3, so it has to be discontinuous. So in this discontinuous template, what happens, this is called a discontinuous lagging strand template. And a newly synthesized will come here and which will form like this. This will come here, but this will come in small fragments. First one, this will come, then another one. So like this it will come. It will come in a small fragments, and these fragments are called Okazaki fragments. Now every fragment will require a primer. So first the primase will come, put the primer, and then the polymerase DNA dependent DNA polymerase enzyme will come and it will join the DNA bases on it, and then will come the DNA polymerase 1 which will remove the RNA bases, and then comes the ligase which will fix them all. So ultimately all these fragments will be joined together and they will form the lagging strand. So these which are formed by the fragments are called lagging strands. So this is lagging template and this is newly synthesized lagging strand. So ultimately two DNAs are formed like this. Like this, two DNAs will be formed, and these two DNA are similar to the parental DNA. So these two DNA will be similar to the parental DNA. And in new DNA, one strand is this yellow and one is pink. In this side also, one is yellow, parental DNA, and one is newly synthesized, that is pink. That's why the replication of DNA is semi-conservative and it takes place in the presence of, it requires a set of enzymes to catalyze this reaction. And this reaction, this replication is very expensive as far as energy is concerned. Lot of energy is required for this replication process, and that's why the whole DNA strand cannot be replicated at one time. It can be only a small portion which can be replicated. And this DNA replication, the energy which is required by the DNA replication is provided by deoxyribonucleoside triphosphate, which are called DNTPs. So these DNA, not the ATP. Here for the replication, DNTPs are the energy currency. Like our energy currency of our body is normally ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which has the terminal phosphates which give the energy whenever the phosphate is removed. Same is here. These DNTPs are having two terminal phosphates, and when they are removed, they give enormous amount of energy. So here in the replication process, these DNTPs are having dual function. They are performing two functions. One, they are acting as a substrate because they are formed from this substrate. Number two, they are acting as energy provider. So they are giving the energy, required energy for this replication process, and they are acting as substrate. So these two functions are done by DNTPs, that is deoxyribonucleoside triphosphate. So I think now you have understood the process of replication. So ultimately, once the process is complete, from this one strand, we will be having two strands, and these two will be this. One parental and one synthesized. Here also we will having one parental and one synthesized, like this. So new DNA is formed. The DNA has replicated itself, and this is semi-conservative replication of DNA. Thank you so much. I hope that you have understood the concept well. Thank you so much for watching it.